What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Today we're going over Spright. This is a deck that I've enjoyed for a very long time. I actually got my first regional win with this deck, so it's been a long time. I'm glad we're still playing the trap card. Probably one of my favorite cards in the Spright deck. The double cross here. I love this card absolutely so much. You guys did see the Azarin. We are getting new cards into this deck with the bunny. It's a link to, which is quite nice. The silhouette rabbit, going to be able to kind of provide more interruption what the deck can make. Before we dive into it, for like, comment, subscribe, post channel a lot. We're on the road to 10K, trying to hit that before the end of the year. I mean, you guys' support. So we're going to be starting off with the 3 copies of Beaver. This is going to be pretty standard in a Spright build. We're going to also have the 2 copies of Angler. You know, you normal summon this, get your second or get your first copy. Then you can go into a sprint, send the other copies, send them the 2 Beavers. Nothing else that you kind of need. We are playing the triple copies of Swap Frog. I have seen some lists playing 2 of these, but with the new card here, which I'm going to be mentioning, the Mirror, it's going to let you able to play as well as have another level 2 on the field, which is quite nice. So your Swap Frog is finally going to be able to be a full combo gun. No need for dupe. You're going to be sending this, and then, or Ronin Totem in this case. You're going to activate the effect, sending this here. This is going to activate the effect, letting you search for the card that lets you reborn it. Then you could reborn it out. Have a level 2s go immediately into a copy of Totally Awesome before you even make Nibiru. Before you're able to get hit with Nibiru, which is quite totally awesome. But yeah, obviously, you know, if you can maximize out on your Nimble and Angler in tandem, it can be quite nice. But you just don't want to brick on these cards, unfortunately, so that's why we're only playing 2 of it. There's another cool combo you can mention with Soft Frog, which I'm not playing, but I'll mention it in the following part right here. For the Spright cards, we're playing the triple copies of Blue, triple copies of Jet, the 1 copy of Red, and the 1 copy of Carrot. Now, for the last card I'm going to mention here in our monsters, I'm going to be playing 2 copies of Fenrir. So if you don't want to play Fenrir or it's under your budget, you can absolutely put these 2 cards in. The double copy of Red and the copy of this guy. I'm not even going to pronounce its name. This lets you have an additional combo with the copy of Totally Awesome. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to end on Totally Awesome and then the trap card, Double Cross. Totally Awesome is going to activate the effect during your opponent's standby phase, summoning a copy of Swap Frog. Swap Frog is going to activate the effect, sending this. Now you have your Totally Awesome effect, which is 1 negate. You're going to be able to activate the effect, sending itself. You add back really whatever you want. You can add back this copy of this if you want to, or any other, you know, if you have a copy of Beaver in the graveyard, definitely add that back. Then when you have your double cross, you can activate the effect, summon it out. Totally Awesome. That's your second negate, and then this is going to activate when you summon out the Totally Awesome as a trap effect. And this is in the graveyard. It's going to be summoning itself out, and then you have the Totally Awesome effect once again. You're going to send itself to negate a card, but this time you're going to return the Totally Awesome to the extra deck because you still have the Swap Frog and this card on the field. So when the opponent goes battle phase, you can immediately activate the effect, overlaying into another copy of Totally Awesome, which is why you have to put back the Totally Awesome to the extra deck. And then all of a sudden you have a 3rd Totally Awesome, which is absolutely awesome. But for now, we're playing the 2 copies of Fenrir because I don't find that like this you want to add an additional brick to the deck. There are lots of bricks already in the deck, or soft bricks, so I didn't feel like this was absolutely mandatory compared to like the power of Fenrir being able to like break boards so easily. So that's why we're playing the Fenrir, but you definitely can play those 2 cards if you want to. I do like the second Red a lot as well. We are playing hand traps. We're playing the triple copies of Ash, triple copies of Veiler, triple copies of Imperm, triple copies of Droll. We're not playing Nibiru in this because we are playing the Fenrir. Now, obviously, if you want to play Nibiru, you definitely could. You would just change up the Fenrir, playing maybe these 2 once again. There's definitely different variations of the deck you can play. If you want to play Prosperity, you can as well. But, you know, with all these cards, you know, Swap Frog being a starter, Beaver being a starter, and then like any 2 combinations of your Spright cards being a pretty good starter, it helps out quite a bit. You know, 12 hand traps isn't that bad, especially when you're able to, I guess we're playing more than 12. We're playing 15 because we also are counting the 2 talents and the copy of the Cobble of the Grave, which will count towards your hand trap count if you want to mix it up with the board breakers, but quite nice. Then for the spells, we're playing the triple copies of Starter because we can, and now that it's at 3, we're playing the 1 copy of Freezing Chain. This is the card that you search off the Ice Barrier, letting you reborn out, which is quite nice. The double copies of Talents. I've never been a huge fan of 3 talents in the deck, and therefore we're only playing 2. We are playing the 1 copy of the Cobble of the Grave. Obviously, you can take these out, play Prosperity if you want to. We're choosing not to do that. We're choosing to get max out and hit those like random 1 of hand trap, which is quite nice. And then for the last 2 cards in the deck, we are playing the Double Cross as well as the Azarin. So we're not playing a Smashers nor a copy of Gamma Burst. You definitely can play a Gamma Burst in the side because you can play Shifter as well in this deck, which can be really good. Azarin's going to be the newest addition as well with the Silhouette Rabbit. You could play this copy if you wanted to as well, if you like want, or a copy of Currybow because it is a level 2. Unfortunately, I just don't think that's really good. It's going to be kind of like a negate, but it also a level 2 if you want to go for an overlay. I just don't really find that that's really good. I'd rather negate a summon at this point when you can just play correctly and like negate with your double cross and then have this as a negate as well. Kind of just helps you win the games. It's an even 40 cards. Now move on to the extra deck. We're still on the 2 double gigantic sprites. Card's absolutely incredible. Helps you not play through Nibiru by making you lock into level 2s. Totally awesome because, you know, Omni negates are really hard to make these types of boards. So being able to go like a triple totally awesome can be quite nice. The Mosquito for the OTK. The Mannequin Cat for the side deck, which I'm not going to be featuring just yet. But if you guys want to be seeing it, let me know in the comment section down below. I can do some local matches as well with this, which you guys will be seeing. But in this format, we're definitely going to be summoning lots of copies of Newman and then Christia, which is important. The Omni Sweeper, whatever, Omnivero. This is going to replace the the Sky Cavalier. Also has the effect to, you know, banish, so it's kind of nice. Just at the cost of 100 attack points, which is not that bad. Being able to banish one of their cards and then still being able to go for like Downward and the Zeus, which are going to be the other cards here. Just helps out a lot. Kind of been a staple for the Spright deck for a long time, alongside the copy of Typhon. This is a flex spot. I just found myself, you know, sometimes just being able to go for a Typhon, bouncing back, turning one of your little bodies into a big body is kind of funny as well. Then we have a copy of Sprind for our links, as well as an IP going into an SP. We have the Silhouette Rabbit as well, which is able to set the copy of the Azarine as a kind of like a negate. It's also a link too, which means you can make it extremely easily in this deck. You're never locked out of it. The Appaloosa, so when you can make it. You don't make this often, but you definitely can. And we are playing the access code as well. This could be any other card. You know, this is like 3 flex spots in the deck. Are these 3? I definitely thought of putting in other cards. I have thought about putting in the Mech Knight Crusadia Abramax. That was the card that kind of helped me win my regionals, but unfortunately I just don't think it's that good this format anymore. So we're just going with the access code because you can just pop cards. This is a light, this is a fire, this is a dark. So you're going to need somebody who's able to pop multiple cards in the turn, up to 3 of them, which can be kind of nice. And like if you make this with the IP, it's not going to be destroyed by battle, which is very nice as well. But it can just clear boards quite easily, and this deck has like no problem in like an access code, and then even the copy of like a totally awesome, you know, like attack for game, which is quite nice. Well, that's it for the extra deck. There's not much. The deck is very simple and sweet. Not much has changed other than like updating it, which I think is absolutely amazing. I'm like this deck is still getting support. Hopefully we get some more level 2s. You know, Broomy is an option as well in the Infinite Forbidden that we could look into. But if you guys want to see more Spright, let me know in the comment section down below. Stay safe. Peace.